Welcome, Ms. Rose Battey.
Thank you very much for having me here today. Good morning. My name is Rose Battey. I'm 18 years old and soon to go off to university. I currently live in Stamford with my family. Like many other Stamford residents, the 1,600 who have also signed the petition, I was disappointed when the Stamford Waste Collection Service was suspended during the COVID pandemic and was shocked to find out that it wasn't going to be continued. I was pleased to see that both Councillor Callum Cook, also the leader of SKDC, and Councillor Richard Cleaver signed the petition, supporting Stamford residents who are actively trying to do the right thing environmentally. For example, the Stamford Town Council has a climate action working group chaired by Amanda Wheeler. Many shops in Stamford try to operate in an environmentally ethical way. For example, we have our own green quarter in the town. Stamford residents volunteer with Stamford litter pickers to keep the town litter free, and many schools in Stamford teach children about good environmental behaviour. I should know, as I was an eco-ambassador at my primary school for many years. So having a household waste collection service in the town which is accessible to everyone does play a vital role. The Lincolnshire Waste Partnership is, as stated in the report, struggling to meet the UK recycling target. They're in fact 10% below. This concerns me deeply. What concerns me more is that the Lincolnshire Waste Partnership does not understand why this is. They stated in the report, there are many factors contributing to this underachievement, many of which are unclear. Therefore, how can we blame the supplementary service for the council's own failure to reach their 50% recycling target? The fact that the council sends recyclable materials to landfill or incineration is not the fault of the residents of Stamford, but the fault of the council. This is why you haven't achieved the recycling rates, not because the supplementary services aren't working. The council have simply failed to find the innovation needed to recycle efficiently and tackle the climate crisis. SKDC have declared a climate emergency, yet LCC has not, which does not instill confidence in LCC's commitment to green credentials, something the people of Stamford, LCC taxpayers clearly feel strongly about. To conclude, if you're not willing to spend money now on environmental issues, then when will you be? We are not asking for much, but simply for you to reinstate the services which were once implemented and deemed essential by the County Council. As a young person, I hope that you choose to act on this small yet impactful issue. Thank you very much.
Clearly some passion there, and particularly when we hear about the work done by litter picking volunteers across the county. Some excellent work there.
And thank you particularly to Miss Rose Battey for coming all the way from Stamford to express her concerns and those of her community.
I do have some sympathy. I would suspect most councillors of all parties would have some sympathy with what's been put forward by the petitioner, who's incredibly articulate and passionate.
I'd like to thank Miss Battey. I think she spoke very eloquently, and I think the sign of a good speaker is they immediately get you on their side. And after she spoke, I was going, no, I agree with everything she said. It makes perfect sense. And again, likewise with Councillor Cleaver.
Like a lot of people who've spoken before, I'd also like to congratulate Rosie on her contribution. I think it was a display of eloquence and passion, backed by a lot of substantially good ideas.
I think Ms. Battey, in her very eloquent presentation, underlines something which applies to all matters of environmental consideration or indeed climate change, which is that there are very, very difficult choices that we face.
I'd just also like to echo members' comments on Miss Battey's contribution. I thought she was really eloquent and she put her point across really, really well.
I also pay tribute to young Rose. I think it's absolutely brilliant that she's come along here today with her passion. And I think she highlights something. Maybe we need to educate our children at school, to educate their parents how to recycle. And perhaps young Rose, she will be our Greta Thunberg of Stamford, and perhaps she'll get on the case as well.
We've all said how eloquent and helpful Rose was. I hope that will be reflected in the vote, that we'll have listened to her eloquent speech and vote in favour of keeping the service going.
That he approves the supplementary waste collection service at Stamford and Mablethorpe be discontinued. Those in favour, raise their hand. Those against?
3. Those abstaining? That recommendation is passed.